Hey everyone, it's Riley, and today we'll be flipping through another one of my custom bullet journals. So the journal that we're going through today is a 12-month full doodle journal, and this customer did request quite a few kind of like special pages that I don't often do. So if you're here looking for either design ideas or new page ideas that you can include in your bullet journal, I hope that this journal will be an inspiration to you. So if you'd like to learn more about my custom journals, you can find my Etsy shop linked down below. But if you're just here for the bullet journal ideas, please subscribe to my channel and enjoy the video. So here's the journal that we'll be flipping through today. This one is from Artist's Loft. I always get these from Michael's, and they're a really good budget-friendly option if you're looking for one. So I started off the year with a really soft brown and pink sort of theme as requested. So she's got a quote over here, a little 2022 title page here. Then we've got kind of like a future log. She wanted it titled Important Dates and Events. And this journal is a full 12-month journal, but it doesn't start at the beginning of a new year. So it starts in June of 2022, and then it will go until May of 2023. Next, we've got a memories page here. So she wanted to have one page for like writing down memories, pasting in pictures, whatever. And then on this side, there's an envelope. So she can put pictures, receipts, ticket stubs, whatever she wants as just kind of little keepsakes in here. And then we've got a when did I last page. So there's a spot for tasks and then a spot for each month of the year. And I did just split it up between 2022 and 2023 just to help visually. So I always leave a few blank pages before getting into the monthly themes. And like I said, this one starts in June. And for June, she requested an orca theme. So I used some light blue and then a bunch of black as well for the whale. So every time I post a cover page like this on Instagram, someone asks, or usually more than one person asks, where I get these calendar stamps. This calendar stamp here is from Paper World. I really like these to use on cover pages like this. But one thing to keep in mind, they are not the best calendar stamps to use in like future logs or year at a glance or whatever, because they're quite wide. So you can only fit 2 of them side by side on a page instead of like 3 as you might want to for some of those other spreads. But for a cover page like this, they are just perfect. So each month has a cover page with a calendar. Then there's a quote over here. Then we've got a budget page, and it's pretty basic. It's got a spot for income, bills, savings, and spending. And then there's a spot for some trackers. So habits at the top, mood at the bottom. And I switched this up after this month just because I felt like I could be more efficient with the space instead of just giving her 4 habit trackers and using these calendar stamps. Then we get into the weekly spread. So as I mentioned, this journal uses a bunch of pages that I don't normally include. So how it works is every week has a single page weekly spread. So the days of the week are here. Then there's a notes box. And then on the opposite page, there's some sort of like special page. That's more of like a monthly page, not specifically a weekly page. So this is her study tracker. So she's got the 30 days of the month listed down here, and then the 24 hours in every day listed up here. And then there's a little key so she can, color in which of these things she's doing at each hour throughout the day. So next, again, we've got a single page weekly spread, and this is a full doodle journal. So all of the weekly spreads do have some sort of matching monthly doodle. Then over to the other side, we've got a monthly yoga tracker here. So this is pretty much just a calendar, and she can write in what sort of yoga activities she did that day. So whether she wants to write a certain focus area that she had that day, or maybe she followed along with a certain video or a program or something like that, she can write those little notes in each daily box. Then again, single weekly page. And then this one is things I love about the month, whatever it is. And this page is obviously quite blank right now because as she goes throughout the month, she'll be sort of journaling here, things that she enjoys about this time of year. Then again, she's got her weekly spread over here. Then there's a June reflection page. So there's a spot for her to write down some of her favorites. So favorite songs, films, shows, books, and games. And then for months with the 5th week, The extra page just has like a decorated border around it so that she can use this page for whatever she wants to use that month. There's not very many months that have 5 weeks, so she didn't like designate a special purpose for this last page. So that's June. Then for July, we've got some wildflowers and some bumblebees. And you can see here, instead of just using this stamp for all of the habit trackers and only being able to fit 4 of them, I decided to draw them in so that she's got a lot more space. So the pages in each month are always the same. There's a study tracker, yoga tracker, things I love about that month, and then a reflections page. And if there's an extra, it would just have a border around it. Then we've got August. So for August, she sent a reference picture of this little swing hanging from a branch. And I really like this color combination, the browns with this green here. This is one of my newer Tombow markers. It's number 192. I really like it. It's not as soft as the greens that I often use. So we've got all the usual pages here and just a little swing doodle in the corners. Next, we've got September. So for this month, she wanted a very specific type of flower that tends to grow, I believe, in Spain and possibly other places as well. But she's going on vacation this month and she wanted to feature a flower from that country. So she sent me some pictures and just wanted these really bright, vibrant colors throughout the month. So since she is going on vacation, she replaced the study tracker with a holiday page. So there's a little to-do list for getting ready, itinerary for while she's actually on holidays, and then a little packing list over here as well. And other than that, it's all of the usual pages. So we've got our yoga tracker, things I love about September, and then a reflections page for all of her monthly favorites. Then for October, she wanted sort of a witchy, magical vibe for Halloween. So I did a bunch of little potion bottles and this cool witch hat. Then we've got November, and this is probably one of my favorite themes in this journal. I really like the color palette. She asked for sort of retro colors, so I used my Rytec retractable highlighters for these. And I used, well, except for this orange actually, this is a Crayola Super Tip. But for these 2 colors, I used my Rytec markers and I used the ones from the vintage set to get these nice retro looking colors. And then here for the heading November, I used stencils that I got from Mr. Pen to do this writing. I don't even know if I've ever used these alphabet stencils before, but I really like how they turned out. And then we've got December, so she wanted this little Christmas gnome theme, and I just added some other Christmassy doodles as well. And this month, instead of her yoga page, she wanted a gift shopping list, so I actually messed up and drew the whole yoga page underneath here, and then I realized my mistake and came in and just covered it with some craft paper for her to write down all the different gift ideas that she has. And then we get to 2023. So I didn't do more like yearly pages for 2023. All of the big yearly pages are right at the start of the journal, but I did just do a title page here just for that transition, and I used the same colors as I did for the 2022 yearly pages. I'm not even sure if you can see this pink. This is a really, really soft Tombow dual tip brush pen, the light pink that I used for the confetti. So for January, she wanted a New Year's celebration theme, and I decided to do something. I don't think I've ever done this before, but I just did gold and then black and white. I didn't really use like colored markers aside from obviously the gold here. Oh yeah, and then I kind of needed an accent to highlight certain things, so I added gray. I totally forgot about that. Then is February, and she asked for a moon, like celestial theme. And I have done this one once before. She mentioned that she liked it, so I did it just using slightly different colors that she requested. I really love this sparkly washi tape. It's from the washi tape shop. It's actually part of like a Christmassy set, but I like to use it all the time. I also have like gold and blue and a dark purple in that sparkly tape. Then we come to March, and this is my #1 theme in this journal. It's just a really cozy theme with a coffee cup and a book and a blanket and then a bunch of coffee beans scattered all over. And this theme, it's honestly so easy to draw. If you want something nice and cozy, I would highly recommend it. Next is April. So for April, she requested, I really hope I remember correctly, daffodils. I'm not very good with different flower names, but I looked up pictures and stuff of the flower that she sent me. Pretty sure they're daffodils, but anyways, so I decided to draw kind of this top-down view of them and then just cover the page with them, and I really like it. I really like yellow and orangey tones like this, so that definitely could be why. I think I also like the font though, with the little drop shadow. And finally, the last month in here is May. So for May, she asked for a camping theme, and she also asked if I could incorporate some light blue bluebells as well. So that's kind of what's going on over here. They're super tiny, you can probably hardly tell. So I drew a bigger one over here beside the quote to try to incorporate those bluebells a little bit more. And that brings us to the end of today's bullet journal. Thank you all so much for joining me to flip through another one of my custom bullet journals. I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys next time.